Gender-based violence, beatings, abuse, and all that happens in our society today. Therefore, men and women are engaging themselves in gender-based violence. They are hurting one another, either by words, either physically, either emotionally, either economically, in all aspects. We cannot say that gender-based violence is fixed on women only. It's also fixed on men because men also get abused, but in silence. This is a topic that we don't want to discuss so much in this society of ours, especially in our African culture, because this is a topic that hurts because we have been known that women are lesser human beings compared to men who are superior. And this discussion has been there for ages, but yet it has not clicked in our mind that gender-based violence needs to be talked to. Phyllis is my name, and I am talking today about gender-based violence, and therefore you subscribe to our YouTube channel and all our social media platform on Moses Basket Initiative so that you can be able to follow our series as we discuss each topic each day. Each week we bring you new content, new topics so that you can be able to understand on what we do on capacity building. Therefore, these beatings that women and men engage into, people start when they're in love. People love one another, the man and the woman, they fall in love, and they think that the world has to stop because they love each other. But again, when they continue with the journey of love, maybe in a relationship, in a sexual relationship, maybe in a marriage, maybe in just a friendship with benefits relationship, and maybe any other relationship somebody wants to engage with their opposite sex. And when the things go by, when the love blossoms, when they enjoy each other's company, when they enjoy each other's love, then one day things turn sour. And that is where we start seeing the gender-based violence aspect, where I keep saying love turns into hate. And when love turns into hate, it is the worst thing that you can experience as a human being. When love turns into hate, it is something that you can't tell how it goes. It just becomes ugly. It becomes bitter. It becomes pain. It becomes violence. And that is when we start seeing women without one eye, a man without one leg, a man without a sober mental health. You see people talking to themselves on the streets because their sexual partner or in the relationship they're in, the relationship has turned sour. The relationship has turned into a bitter pill that we cannot fathom anymore. They don't enjoy each other's company. They don't click into the ideas of one another. They don't think the same anymore. They don't like each other, and they are like two repelling batteries that don't like each other, the opposite and the negative. Therefore, all we see is reactions and reactions and reactions to domestic violence. This person has hit this one slap today, then tomorrow it turns to 2 slaps, the other day it turns into kicks, the other time it turns into verbal abuse, the other time it turns into killing, because that is where we are heading, and that is where most of cases of killing partners has become very bad. We have seen people burning houses because of gender-based violence. I don't like you and I don't want to see you in my world, and I hate you so much to the extent I want you to die. And when now it gets to that point, they want to burn you alive. They want to take your life away. They don't want you to exist anymore. They want you gone, 6 feet down the feet. We forget about you, and they go to jail. People nowadays are not scared of jail term. They better be in the jail, and you better be in the 6 feet. You better be forgotten than them seeing you living. That is why we need to discuss gender-based violence, and I'm happy that we are talking about it in this time, in this hour, because this has to stop. Because why kill other person? Why not walk away? Why not look at yourself and say, I am better than the fights that are going on. I can do better. I am more than anything else that I can be. I want to live my life the way I want to live my life because I want to walk away from violence. If we don't take a step ahead and say, I need to stop violence, I need a safe space, I need a safe environment, I need to breathe again, I need to walk away from trouble. When you get to that point of saying, I need to walk away, then you conquer the monster in the house, that is gender-based violence. Both men and women, no one nowadays is safe in the hands of the other person. No, we can't say men are beaten every day, but the woman makes the scream and the neighbors will always hear the woman. And the woman will take up an upper hand saying she has been beaten, yet she has not been beaten, she's the one beating the man. The man has not just provided bread and breakfast in the morning, and that warrants him a lifetime of beating and abuse and emotional damage just because he could not afford 200 shillings or 300 shillings for breakfast. And that man is condemned to gender-based violence. A man is not able to pay rent 1 or 2 months, and the woman is incapable of paying the rent. But because he's a man and he needs to pay the rent, he needs to cut his blood off and so that he can please the woman by paying the rent when he doesn't know. And the men go into crime, stealing and doing other things to please this woman that they have, so that they don't get home and get beaten or abused on how useless and how they cannot be men enough in their lives. So there are various aspects that we cannot talk about men being abused and women being abused. Both parties are prone and are candidates of gender-based violence. We need to speak and voice both for men and women. We need to keep this topic alive. And it is time, Kenyans, it is time for Africa to sit down and talk about this. It is not business as usual. It is not our cultural, our tradition, the way we see women. And we say women have to be beaten. There are cultures still holding that a woman has to be beaten. There are cultures that still hold that a woman has to be abused to the extent that they do everything. And that has to stop. There are cultures that where men have to provide whether or not they are in a capacity to do so. Because culture has taken us this far to the extent of killing. Our African culture, we say it is rich, yes. We have many other good things. But we have retrogressive cultures that has led to the domestic violence we see today. Our children are growing in abusive homes. Our children are growing in homes that are full of violence. Our children, we raise them seeing that beating and fighting is normal, to the extent when they grow up, they don't differentiate when somebody is trying to give them peace. They don't differentiate when somebody is trying to be nice to them, because all they are used to is abuse, is the domestic violence. They don't know anybody talking to them nicely. They don't see anybody trying to boost them and say, you need to channel your energy to positivity. We want positive masculinity. Also, we want positive women who can look after men, and men who can look after women emotionally, physically, and socially also. Therefore, this is a topic we want to discuss today, this week. And this week is all about gender-based violence, the safe spaces we have. How safe are women? How safe are men? Where are these safe spaces that we have that we can run to for some time and breathe and say, I needed that breather. I needed to breathe that space so that I can move forward. This is a topic we need to go on, discuss more, and agree to a certain level that gender-based violence needs to end. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Phyllis Shiko. Look at us at Moses Basket Initiative in all our social media platforms so that you can engage with us, DM us, inbox us if you want us to continue with us in these topics. Those who have subscribed, we love you so much. Continue with us. And those who are coming into our space, into subscribing and enjoying our topics, continue, and we encourage you to work with us. Thank you so much. We love you. Stay tuned.